Hello Marvel Heroes fans, you have requested me to create a video on Taskmaster, so over the weekend I've brought him out from the shelf and try to gear him up again. So what I'll do is that like Hulk, because I don't have any blessing on him so far, but what I do have is that I've got him the appropriate legendary. I used to have bow, but I sort of like I take the crystal because it's pretty spirit intensive. So what I'll do is that I'll run through the MODOK terminal, like what I've done for Hulk, just to give you a feel of how he performed in such a terminal. And in fact, MODOK terminal is pretty, I would say, it's pretty demanding in terms of the overall defense and offense of the hero, because there's a lot of projectile thingy going on. And those seems to hurt really bad if your hero is not strong enough. So, you know, I thought it's good to give some indication on how he plays like, and how he plays like in this range build I have. And before, you know, when it first came out, believe it or not, Taskmaster was my main hero, and I can't really like him. But over time, I think somehow with all the hero review and so on, there isn't a lot of like work being done for him, and I still feel that he's lacking a lot. I mean, even after I've spent the whole entire weekend playing him, just to you know, level his new legendary up, and I still feel that he's really lacking. If I mean, you know, if I try to play through this terminal undefeated, I think it in itself will be an achievement for me, because he's really hard playing Taskmaster without any death. But yeah, I mean, you know, he's definitely not one of the heroes that's really strong. So what I'll do is that I have to be a little bit more careful, as in what I need to eliminate when I have all these boss fights. You know, for other heroes like Hulk, I just I will just go in and just be reckless, but this one I can't, because I have to really be careful. So in terms of range build, I'll talk a little bit about the build later, but you know, I do pick the range build because I feel that the melee is not really that much better. In fact, you know, the toggle for the range I feel is a better option. And I mean, even if I say I want to go melee, I still need the damage over time layering. I also need to have the a few other things that you know, the difference is just the main spender. I feel that I may as well go for pure range, so that I don't need to, you know, from a gearing perspective, I don't need to really think too much on the on what I need to do in terms of gearing. So, you know, that is the option I've got. But I know some may prefer to play him like a melee for whatever reason. I don't really read comic book on him. I don't know whether he's meant to be a more melee character or not. But yeah, I mean, you know. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking of you know, using this opportunity to change my gear option or build, but then, you know, I went through a little bit of study and I realized that, you know, still probably range is the way to go. So yeah, I mean, that's one thing. The other thing is that I realized because the game has evolved such a way that for end game kind of like a content, you can't do basic anymore. Only a few classes that can, like Wolverine or X-23. So, you know, in order to make him someone who's not using basic is actually very hard, because, you know, whatever he does, even his dash is taking a lot of spirit. What it means is that I have to constantly on medkit just to regen the spirit. And you know, believe it or not, it's the very first time I have ever in this game to buy medkit. I mean, I've played this game since closed beta. I've never need to buy any medkit, and I buy in bulk, like 100 of them at one time. It costs, I think, about 2,500, and but I don't have option, because, you know, he's really fragile, and he's really spirit intensive. So combine the two, you just keep hitting that mech hit button all the time, as and when you can. And the team up, I actually use the Deadpool team up because, you know, God mode is very useful for a hero like him. But I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, you can see that, you know, I came into this, I think I came into this terminal with close to 100 mech kit, and now I burn like I don't know, 25 already. I'm not even counting on those that I could, you know, I could be looting, right? I mean, and the other thing about Taskmaster, you have to be on the move. I mean, he was like that even before, but you know, now it's just more so because, you know, it doesn't cut it if you don't do something to help him get away from danger. He can't really stand there for too long. And you know, after playing Taskmaster over this weekend, I have a revelation that maybe, you know, I mean, hero like Winter Soldier is really cool because, you know, some are really tough to play. Like I'm right now, I mean, when I play how, you know, if you watch the video that I have on how I was pretty relaxed and just, you know, joke and go about doing my business. But you know, with Taskmaster, you know, I have a lot of concentration here, believe it or not. I mean, you know, I actually have to think on where to retreat to, you know, in order to survive and so on. So yeah, I mean, you know, but I guess, I mean, that is the some heroes just more demanding in terms of the you know, the play style wise, and a lot of concentration here. I have to be aware like what is shooting me, what is killing me, and so on. I think there's a sentinel somewhere. Okay, so I think that we are fine. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, but then, I mean, you know, he's probably one of the most challenging hero I've ever played in Marvel Hero because of the sheer fact that I have to be aware of so many things that happen. Is unbelievable. But you know, it's one of those things that when you look at the score sheets, right, character sheet, the hero stats, it doesn't make sense because my defense is pretty high, my dodge is pretty high, my projectile deflection is really high as well, and I think there's a 10% negation of the so-called damage. So you know, why is he not performing? You know, or why is his health dropping so fast? I mean, you know, I do not know. It could be one of the things that I said in my previous video, whereby, you know, they have made the enemy stronger now because, you know, because the heroes are stronger, right? So you know, they have to balance the game somehow that it still be challenging for those even strongest hero. But then, you know, if the hero is weak, and it just make it a whole lot harder for those heroes that are not as competitive. So now I've got the bounty already, so I'm just going in to you know what, I need to clear this area just in case I get defeated and I can just come back out here. It's crazy thing about it. So what I'll do is I'll go in. Wish me luck. There's a lot of okay, so I have to be constantly on the move, and so far so good. So I mean, for other hero, you won't see such a thing that I don't need to proceed with care like this, because for other hero like Hulk or even, you know, stronger hero, I can just go in for the boss, like yeah. But with Taskmaster, you just have to be very careful about where he stands, what he does, what he's taking damage from, where he's taking damage from. I think there's a sentinel. Okay, so all these are very bad. I think there's a sentinel fix because these are the missiles that hit really bad, and I just cannot reconcile because, you know, because on paper he's really strong. So what happened? I don't know. Okay, now let me go in. Yeah, I'm gonna focus here. Okay, so I think I got it this time. Whoa. So his charge is actually a stun, so, you know, I thought I'm going to get defeated. His charge is actually a stun, so whew, that is the most demanding terminal I've ever played for a long time. So whoever asked me to do this Taskmaster video, I thank you for this fun that that I have. So yeah, okay, let me just open all these boxes first. Kind of like I earn it. I feel that I really earn it. So I'm going to talk about his build and the gear choices and so on. By the way, you hear a lot of sound, clicking sound, because my wife next to me is also playing the game. She's playing Rocket Raccoon, her favorite hero. So okay, let me load everything up, and then we talk about. Okay, so that was really exciting. So as you see that playing Taskmaster is kind of different from playing other heroes that you have seen in my videos. It's a lot thinking about, you know, the awareness of all the mobs types around him, and who does he need to eliminate first or foremost. And I choose a range build. So now let's talk about the build that I have got. I always really get excited about all this build because I study and I look at the numbers and so on and so forth to just try to figure out what's the best for me and so on. I choose a range build because this is one damage over time that I think, you know, most of us will just have to use. It is a range, by the way, belong to Archer. So, you know, Taskmaster, if you haven't heard of him, he actually copied 4 heroes' power: Captain America, Daredevil, Hawkeye, as well as the Spider-Man, right? So the uniqueness of this Taskmaster is that you know, because of these 4 heroes type that he has copied the power from, he has 4 toggles that you can use to so-called, you know, improve a hero. And then his gameplay also require you to actually do at least 2 type of power. So you cannot just, you know, focus on one hero power, but you have to alternate between, like, say, Spider or Archer, which is Spider-Man or Hawkeye power, versus Daredevil or Captain America power to get the team buff. So the team buff is important because it gives you extra crit, extra dodge and so on. So yeah, so it in a sense that I choose a range power because, you know, this is a damage over time I have to use anyway, and also this is like a vulnerability. If you solo any vulnerability, you have to use. There's no other choices. You could use the Omega system to help you, but, you know, this is certainty. You hit it, you land it. Also, plus it is slow as well. So if you have the Loki synergy, which you have to have for playing Taskmaster because it reduces the power cost, it also deals extra damage to slowed targets. So, you know, this tool is a must anyway, so it's a range. And then you ask yourself one thing, I mean, what else can you do for Taskmaster, right? Because you could, and then also this one, the rebounding shield is nice because yet another damage over time layer. Now, it doesn't do as much as a nerf gas, but the nerf gas sort of like, you know, it doesn't bounce. So, you know, this one is good because in a boss fight environment, especially like a Mandarin and so on, whereby, you know, when you hit the boss with the shield then go into one of the environmental object, and then after that it bounces back to the boss, and then hit the environmental object and bounce it back to the boss. So it's very nice. But of course, if you only have one single target in a raid environment, you just hit it once, wait for the damage over time is very, very minimal. It's like scratching it, you know, it's kind of thing. But in a solo cosmic, or even like in Midtown Manhattan, or, you know, ICP, Industrial City Patrol, I mean, these are very good. You know, it supplement the nerf gas, because nerf gas has a very long kind of like animation, so it takes about a couple of seconds for it to arrive, and then it stays there, right? Because it doesn't move away. And the web is like the web is like, you know, pretty instant, but it stays there as well. So the shield is the only one that move around the enemy. So, you know, it is good to supplement the tool. You know, all your area is covered, and also give an extra layer as well. So if you are going to pick these 3 as your range, I mean, you know, even for melee build, you probably will go for like maybe Dismember, maybe. To give you the as a single target spender. I mean, you know, you have all this shield crush and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, you know, when you talk about the vulnerability, DOT layer 1, DOT layer 2, everything is range. So, you know, you could, I mean, I could potentially swap out this guy with another one, but then from a gearing perspective, it's a lot harder for me. All right. Okay. The anti-hero charge is one that I used to get around, but it costs a lot of spirit. But the good thing about it is a knockdown. So I found knockdown is very interesting because like for instance, whenever man ape trying to throw an arrow or whatever, you can just like charge right in front of the boss and to interrupt him. And I found that very interesting to play that way, because so I've been thinking, what kind of medallion do I use, right? So in the end, I've chose Shocker Medallion. Shocker Medallion give very nice damage rating as well as physical damage rating. Everything Taskmaster is physical, so you add up to around 500, yeah, damage rating. But then if the target is knocked down, you get more as well, and you get extra chance to knock down. So I thought it sort of complemented quite well. On a raiding environment though, I probably would go for Magneto Medallion, because it have a massive, well, I think up to 20% spirit cost reduction. But then it does damage to yourself, which is great, because I use the core to regenerate spirit. So I need 100 spirit every cooldown that I can ever have, and that medallion is good because it damaged me. I find a lot of situations whereby when I play my ranged Taskmaster, I don't have anything to damage me. So one option I could have is I could use this guy on my toolbar to artificially damage myself, to lose my health, because then I can prop the med kit. So I think either way is fine. He's just so spirit intensive, and you're looking at 781 spirit there. So in terms of build, I mean, these are the couple of things that I picked. Okay, onto this topic of 4, I think this is no-brainer. Even if you are melee build, people pick this up because of the 464 brutal rating, as well as a chance to bleed. So that's another reason why I don't do melee, because this is buff to the range power. The melee ones actually is more like the defensive type. If you look at this one, the melee one that give you a melee power is to regen health. So I think my problem is spirit, not really health. So if my health generate too fast, I also have problem, because I can't prop my core. So this is a must. So now the debate is that should you take Spider-Man or not? A lot of people say you are insane if you take Spider-Man toggle. I tend to agree up to a certain extent. If you do not have spirit problem, I would be very surprised if you don't have spirit problem with Taskmaster. If you don't do any basic, I'll be very, very surprised. So that 125 maximum spirit and also chance to restore spirit on hits, to me is good stuff. And more importantly is the projectile deflection chance, because I mean 36.8% plus your dexterity 10% is nice. I mean that give you a high up to say you're looking at the range of like 40, 46, 50% whatnot, but still it hurts so bad. You can see, imagine without it. So I would not say it's insane if you don't take Spider-Man toggle. I'll probably think that it is, yeah, I mean you must be very brave if you don't take this one, because your spirit may run into the issue, and there's a projectile deflection rating that you have to forego. So I mean, another option of course is the Captain America one. I've tried it as well. The it also have some kind of like mitigation of incoming damage. So I don't know, the choice is yours. Yeah, so I need the spirit really badly, so I don't think that's up for negotiation for me. And you're looking at my gearing point of view. I've already got River of the Soul, which give me the extra 60 spirit, as well as the power spirit cost, as well as spirit reduction. And you've seen it. I mean, I burned about close to 40 med kit just to run one terminal with bounty, because I need to constantly recover the spirit. It's just horrible. Then I've got this legendary, which is great because it gives me it give me a lot of spirit, 200 spirit, and also the rank 5, it restore chance to restore 5% chance on 80 spirit. So you do your mathematics, so you have a chance to restore 4 spirit per second, I guess. But then it's a 20-second cooldown, so you can't really count on the last bit to regenerate spirit, really. So from the gearing perspective, this is good. I want to show you something. Oops. Oh man, I want to show you the crit, the physical crit, which is hitting 50%. Yeah, because when I prop this guy, it give me like 50%, 51%. So it's good because Taskmaster you know, crit is important, so I hit my target of over 50. How do I do that? Is this I use this cigarette of Kaku. It's important for my crit. I also have this one. No, this one is brutal. I also have this one. This is really interesting because his slot 1 doesn't really have. I don't think it's for. I think it's more for ranged, if I'm not wrong. His slot 1. So I've been looking for a nice slot 1 for him. Then I look at my stats and say, well, why not I pick this one? Now this is not a bad one because, you know, although it doesn't have +1 power, you know, which is a shame, but it does have +1 fighting. So, you know, you get 3% out from fighting versus whatever +1 power means. You have to do your maths and you know and see what the power means to you. But yeah, you lose a +1. But having said that, I mean, you know, you do have to take 10 extra damage for 3 second kind of debuff on your target. So, you know, 10% extra debuff plus the 3% on fighting. There's 13%. So, you know, the +1, I think it can make up for the +1 power to all rank. But the most beautiful thing about this this unique is that you check out the crit damage rating there, right? I mean, it's 2,200 odd. So, you know, my crit damage rating is running at 247, which is not a lot, by the way. You know, I'm hoping to get to 300, over 300, but you know, without Gungnir it's just very hard. And if you take it away, so this is like what, 247, take it away is 220. So you do your maths, it's a lot, like a lot. So, you know, this is good stuff. And of course, the good thing about it is also have the crit rating, and I don't do Hela, so, you know, the brutal strike rating is really nice for me. My brutal is now standing at about 40%. Now 40% is not bad because, you know, a lot of my heroes are running at 50% brutal, and I don't even have Hela on me. So, you know, my Taskmaster on paper, again, you know, everything is on paper, you're looking at 50% crit, you know, actually more than 50% because, you know, I have range as well as physical. So these two will sort of like, you know, pump each other up depending on tagging. And I've got like 40% brutal. So, you know, and I believe my base is not bad as well. So why is he struggling? I don't know. I think it's more to do with the design of the hero. You know, like I said, he's just a bit, you know, outdated, I would say. Okay, and the I show you the core. The core is the health regen on using a med kit. Also range, power, damage rating. So everything crit damage rating for the grade 1 to grade 4. As for the medallion, this is interesting because I realized that actually it's by chance I used this one because I was looking for something that give me spirit. I was looking for something that give me range as well, or even crit damage if I can. And I found this medallion, which is like a Thunderbolt, you know, insignia that not many people, not many heroes can use. So I said, yeah, why not do it? But then you check out the aura as well. You know, when you are below, when you're 75%, meaning a quarter of the health is gone, then you gain 294, and then when you're half, and you gain 588. You know what? I mean, my Taskmaster constantly below 75% anyway, so I'm getting this buff. So, you know, for nothing, for just being Taskmaster, isn't it wonderful? I know, sarcasm aside. Yep. So I don't know what else to say here. I mean, you know, I've got some nice ring for him, health as well as whatnot, and I got his health at 18,000. So I think 80,000 is pretty decent for a lot of hero, especially when you go for range. But yeah, I mean, you know, I've talked about the power is just mainly 3 power to play from, play for, and his signature is, you know, to be honest, I expected a lot more from his signature, but I don't know. Even if a pop signature doesn't seem to be that wonderful. So in terms of the power, I talk about it. In terms of Omega system, my favorite topic again. So why not we do it? You know. But now you should have guessed what I'm going to pick anyway if you follow my video. This one, spin tap, no brainer, or 10 point, go into that. This one I take the 5 strength because, you know, as a physical damage hero, then you need that. Then I've I've got this one as well because it gives me a damage rating to physical attack as well as the base physical damage, so both are good stuff. As in Y7755, there's another video on why how I allocate my point. I'm working towards 8 out of 20 on this one, the Serum S02, because I found that he is a little bit low in health. I think that will help him a little bit. So as I know, when I have enough point, I'll put 8 there. This one no brainer. Give me the I don't have Hela as well, so you know I need the brutal strike rating badly. And the then I have this brutal damage rating as well. Now those who have seen my video, probably is the first time you see me opening up this tree. Now I'm not really a fan of this particular tree, but I really want to try something different, right? So I've been eyeing on this +5 damage to base damage to range power, because everything his is range. However, I'm not happy because of this one here that I have to pay 50 Omega points just to get +1. I mean, you know, special item fine. I mean, even if you have 25 or 2005, you know, or 250, it doesn't make a diff. Well, it's 1%, you know, wasted me like 50 Omega point and wasted me another 10 here. So you know, it's 60 Omega point just to get this guy. You know, I feel it's a waste, but I wanted something different, so don't pick that. Do not pick that. As far as the I mean, this one is no brainer. I take it for the brutal, especially I don't have Hela as well. But even if I do, I'll pick this guy. And this one gives suppression also on brutal, right? So you just have to stack on brutal and game statistic. So yeah, this another one that I haven't been using for other hero, and I think 5 point is reasonable. I mean, you know, I get 5 base damage, and you know, fighting +9 and +4 on the brutal and brutal. So you know, these are basically, this is it. I mean, you know, what do I have? What I have is that I've +20 fighting. Now, you know, if you look at the way I play, I mean, you know, you know that I usually play quite confidently with other heroes. So he doesn't feel as though he's a +20 fighting hero, nor he feel like I mean, even if I give him all Hela blessing, I don't think it's I mean, look at how he can come to this terminal while I'm just, you know, making fun, doing jokes and run around. But he need to really choose his battle well. So I hope I've been talking a lot on him because I feel quite passionate about him as well, because you know, he is one of my favorite hero when he was first released. And I really hope that Gazillion will do something about him, make him more interesting to play and make him stronger in some sense. I really feel that he's I mean, I struggle a lot with him, but I mean, I had my fun because, you know, it's one of those heroes whereby you really have to work hard in even a cosmic terminal to get through it. So I hope this video has been useful, and as always, if you have any question or any request, feel free to drop me a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.